Hi everybody, welcome to Hancock Park's Virtual Experiences Discovery Stories. Today we have a story called Sunshine Makes the Seasons. So this is the perfect story because it is beautiful and warm outside. So I hope everybody gets out to our parks and enjoys this warm sunshine. But let's learn a little bit about how sunshine makes the seasons. Sunshine warms the earth. If the sun stopped shining, the earth would get colder and colder. We would freeze. The whole earth would freeze. The sun shines all through the year, but we are warmer in summer than in winter. The amount of sunshine makes the difference. Look, the sun looks the same. The sun has not changed. It's just the amount of sun that we get. The earth spins or rotates once every 24 hours. That's why we have day and night. When we are on the sunshine side of the earth, there's daytime. If the earth rotates or turns away from the sun, then there is sunset and then night. So we're spinning right there. And that's what makes our daytime and our nighttime. At the same time that the earth spins, it goes around the sun. The earth takes 1 year to make one trip around the sun. So we're spinning, and while we're spinning, we're also going around the sun. During a year, the length of our day changes. In the winter, the days are short. It may be dark by the time you get home from school. It is cold because we don't get as many hours of sunshine. That looks like our winter time, doesn't it? But as we move into spring, days become a bit longer. By summer, they are even longer. The days may be so long that it's still light when you go to bed. It is warm because we get many hours of sunshine. After the long days of summer, the days begin to get shorter and cooler. It is fall and time to go back to school. And that's what we're working on now. It's still pretty warm outside and it's light way late into the evening. But we are talking about school time. All through the year, the earth has been rotating once in 24 hours, giving us day and night. And all through the year, the lengths of darkness and daylight have been changing. The seasons have been changing too. Now, you can see the reason for these changes by using an orange for the earth, a pencil, and a flashlight. Now, if you push the pencil through the orange from top to bottom, the top is the North Pole, and you can mark it with an N, and the bottom is the South Pole. Using a marker, you can draw a line all the way around the orange, halfway between the poles. That's called the equator. If you stick a pin in the orange about halfway between the equator and the North Pole, you can imagine that that's where we live. Because we don't live in the North Pole. We don't live at the equator, we're just partway in between. Now if you turn the pencil in the orange, the pencil is the axis of the orange. The earth also has an axis. There is nothing like a pencil through the earth, but the earth spins as though it had something like a pencil running from pole to pole, so we spin around. Now if you hold the axis of the orange straight up and down in a dark room and have someone shine a flashlight on the orange, just like this, the light is supposed to be the sun. The part of the orange that's shining, that's towards the flashlight, that's daytime. The other half is in darkness, well, that would be nighttime. Daylight falls on the North Pole and also on the South Pole, and even when you spin the orange. Now, if you take your spinning orange and you walk around the flashlight, keeping the light shining on the orange, that would be the same as the earth going around the sun. That would be our year. But if you keep it straight up and down, so it's spinning and going around the sun. Now, when you are in a circle with the flashlight, the orange is lighted from pole to pole. All through the year, all over the earth, the days and the nights would be the same length. There would be no changes in seasons. But we know that doesn't happen. The days get shorter and then they get longer as the earth goes around the sun. And the winter changes to summer. It's because the axis of the earth is not straight up and down, it's tilted. See that? So there's our North Pole, there's our South Pole, but notice how we are tilted. Now let's do another experiment. Remember our experiment with the orange? This time, tilt the axis the way it is tilted in the picture. That way the Earth's axis is tilted. If you hold the orange so the North Pole is tilted away from the flashlight, look at this, see how it's tilted away from the flashlight? And you turn the orange all the way around, you will see that the pin is in the light only a short period of time. The northern half of the Earth has short days and long nights. The sunlight doesn't even fall on the North Pole. The North Pole has a long winter night. It's winter and cold. So see how the northern hemisphere, the north part, is tilted away from the light, away from the sun, and the south part is tilted towards. See how this more tilted this way? And if you spin it, the North Pole, the north of here, isn't even getting any of the light. That would be our winter time. Now, if you keep the axis of the orange tilted in the same direction, and you move around the flashlight, now the light falls on both poles. It's springtime. The days are getting longer. Without changing the tilt of the axis, move all the way halfway around from the flashlight to where you started. When you do that, now the north part is pointed towards the flashlight, and the North Pole is getting more light. Now it's summer in the northern part of the Earth. As you turn the orange, the pin is in the light for longer than it is in the dark. The northern half of the Earth has longer days and short nights. The North Pole has a very long summer days. It is summer and it's warm. So this part of our Earth is pointing closer to the sun, closer to the light, and it's getting more daylight, more sunshine, and it's warmer. That's our summer. If we keep moving around the flashlight, remember always keeping the orange tilted in the same direction, you'll see that once again light falls on both the North Pole and the South Pole. It is the fall in the north, and the days are getting shorter and cooler. So as we move around the sun, we change. And if you keep moving around, you get back to winter again. So winter, spring, summer, fall, back to winter. Now, they happen because the sunshine makes the seasons and because the axis of the Earth is tilted. Now, when the southern half of the Earth has seasons too, but they are the opposite of our seasons. When it's summer for us, we're going to the beach. And then the southern part of the Earth is in the winter time. Right? And they are skating and skiing. So if we're here in North America and we have summer, South America has winter. The North Pole and the South Pole have seasons too. Their winters are cold and dark. The sun doesn't rise every day. It's dark all winter long. Good afternoon. Sure is a beautiful day. Look at that in the North Pole in the winter time. But during the summer at the poles, the sun doesn't even set for a day. For several weeks, there is no night. Oh, I'm tired. It's way past my bedtime. Seasons at the poles are opposite each other. When the North Pole has winter, the South Pole has summer. And then 6 months later, when it is winter in the South Pole, it is summer in the North Pole. Now along the equator, remember that imaginary line right in the middle of our Earth? It is warm all the time. The temperature stays about the same all year long. You could see why if you experiment with the orange again, if you move the pin to the equator. If you watch the pin to see what happens as you go through a year, you'll see that day and night are just about the same length in summer and winter, spring and fall. But that's good if you like warm weather all the time. But it's also nice to see snow every once in a while, to see flowers and birds in the springtime, to go swimming in the summer and have pumpkins in the fall. Year after year, the days change, and so do the seasons. We have winter, spring, summer, or fall because the sun warms the earth and because the axis of the earth is tilted. Now, let's go ahead and recap what we learned of how sunshine makes the seasons. We know that, I'm just going to use my little baseball right here. We know that we have our equator right here, right in the middle of our earth. This is our earth right here. We are up here in the northern hemisphere. If we were to spin just like this, everything would be even. But we know that doesn't happen. We know that our axis is tilted. And if the sun is shining right over here, right, notice that the northern half of the earth is getting more sunshine because it's facing that direction. But on the other hand, if we were to move around, and now the sun is over here, notice that the southern part of the earth is pointing towards the sun. And so that would be summer in the south and winter for us. So our sunshine is important. The sun doesn't change. It is the earth that is moving. It is the fact that we are spinning and the fact that we are going around the sun, right, that changes what happens. We spin and make our day and night, right? And going around the sun changes how much sunlight is shining directly on us. So, I hope you learned a little bit today. We know that sunshine makes the seasons. Enjoy our summer because we are getting farther along and getting close to fall. And then one of my favorite seasons is coming up in a little while, and that is winter. So, do you have a favorite season? Think about what you do. And I will see you again on Wednesday for Way Back Wednesday. Bye, everybody.